Let's talk about the Surface Flatten tool in SOLIDWORKS. So the tool was first introduced in 2015. It's capable of flattening any surface or face or set of faces. It's also can be used for solid bodies, not just surface bodies. So it's extremely powerful in the sense of the types of geometry that it can be used for. Here I have my SOLIDWORKS model. This is the model we're going to use. It's a shoe. I've done a couple of things with it. Like I've split it so that we're only working with the toe. And then I went ahead and I created a more complicated shape here, right? So the little cutouts that were done there to give it a more aesthetic look for this type of operation, this is what the client wanted. And I want to create a flat version of this surface, right? So it's really simple, pretty straightforward. Come up here on the surfaces ribbon, hit the flatten surface. Over here on the left-hand side, I have my selections and other things that are related to the tool. And I just start at the top and I'll work my way down. I'm going to pick what I want to do. I pick that body, just window selected over it. That's what's going to be flattened. And then next I need to pick either a vertex or an edge. In this case, I don't have an edge that is going to remain flat through the operation. So in this case, I'm just going to pick a point. And for me, it makes sense to pick this point here in the center. And immediately I get a preview of it. So a couple of other things I want to point out before we close out of this command. I mean, it's that simple. It's pretty much done. You have this option here for additional entities. If you wanted to locate anything on the flattened surface, you can include them here, right? So for example, I click this curved edge over here. You can see it shows up on the flattened model. Same thing over here, right? You can include relief cuts if you wanted to. And then I have a slider for accuracy, right? You can see as I slide it to the left, making it higher, there's more elements added to the mesh, capturing the intricacies of your geometry a lot better. But you know, it's going to be a bigger file, it takes a little bit longer. Those things come at the expense of accuracy, right? So find a nice little sweet spot here, say okay, and there you have it, the flattened geometry. So now that I have you can see the edges here added to it from the original surface. Now, the two things I wanted to show is the ability to check out the deformation. So I right click on that face and show the deformation plot. With this on, I can see areas where it gets stretched, areas where it gets compressed, you know, understanding any sort of deformation that might happen there. So you can close that out. And then the other thing I wanted to show, another right click, is to export to DXF, right? So I right click, export to DXF, save this out. We're sending that face out. And here is the preview of that DXF, right? So we're basically just saving out that flat geometry so that we can use it for downstream operations, right? So that right there is the flattened surface, right? Introduced in 2015, a very powerful tool capable of being used for a lot of different geometries. And I hope that helped. If you have any more questions about this tool, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Thanks.